Great Cool family, like and subscribe to the channel to know everything about Barça. In this video, we have a huge bombshell regarding Madrid, but before that, we need to talk about some very important topics concerning our beloved club. Let's move on to the first one. Barça, our beloved Barça, the institution that represents the art and philosophy of football in its purest expression, is always at the forefront with a vision that transcends the mere transfer market and focuses on the non-negotiable essence of the game. While other clubs rush in pursuit of prestigious names without a clear plan, guided by media impulse or desperation, we act with the wisdom, intelligence, and consistency that characterize us, staying true to our principles. That's why, although the name of Kevin De Bruyne, a footballer of undeniable talent, has been proposed to our offices, Hansi Flick, our new and brilliant strategist, has made the wise decision to block his transfer. This is not a refusal of a great player out of whim, but a strong reaffirmation of our project, the direction we want to take, and the unwavering faith in our own identity. We have closely followed the situation of Kevin De Bruyne, a footballer of undeniable quality and trajectory, who has decided not to renew with Manchester City in search of a new challenge in his career. We know he will always carry the English club in his heart and is grateful for everything he has experienced, but he knows it's time to take a step forward and embark on a new adventure. And it's true that the future of the Belgian midfielder already points far from Manchester. According to Sasha Tavalieri, De Bruyne is very close to finalizing his transfer to one of the most important teams in Italy, which represents a significant change in the trajectory of one of the best players in the Premier League of the last decade, SSC Napoli, the current champion of Serie A club with ambitions to continue growing, wants to strengthen its squad with his experience and quality, which is understandable. He will bring talent, leadership, and creativity, strengthening the team in the local championship and European competitions. And although official announcements are expected, marking the end of a cycle in England and the beginning of a new stage for him, we, the Cules at heart, look beyond the superficial glitter and focus on the essence of what it means to be Barça. Recognized for his great vision of the game, his ability to create goal opportunities out of nothing, and his exceptional kick, De Bruyne has been key to City's successes in recent years, winning numerous titles. However, the arrival of new footballers and tactical changes in his former club have meant that his role, although not disappeared, has slightly diminished, motivating him to seek new horizons. And it is precisely at this moment, at this crossroads, that the vision of Hansi Flick shines brightly and our Barça stands out from any other club in the global football landscape. Flick is not looking for prestigious names simply because they are famous. He is looking for profiles that fit, winning mentalities that align with ours, and above all, players who organically adapt to the philosophy of our Barça and the high-level game system he wants to implement. The decision to block De Bruyne's transfer, despite his undeniable quality and the years of glory he has brought to the Premier League, is an act of consistency, courage, and unwavering trust in the path we are building. It's not about despising talent, we would never do that, but about prioritizing youth, future projection, perfect tactical fit, and long-term economic sustainability of our institution, vital aspects for a club like ours. Let's reflect on the fundamental reasons why this decision by our new coach is so wise and why all Cules should applaud it with enthusiasm. First, it's about philosophy and a long-term project. Barça is committed to a process of deep renewal and consolidation of a long-term project, one that will bring us back to the top of Europe in a sustainable way. We want to build a team that dominates over the next decade, which necessarily involves betting on players who are at their best moment of form or, ideally, who still have a great margin of progression ahead of them. De Bruyne's age, who in the summer of 2025 will be 34 years old, if the reference is the year of birth, that is, 1991, does not fit this long-term vision, as exceptional as he still is today. Secondly, tactical adaptation and role in the team. De Bruyne is an exceptional footballer, yes, but his role and position on the field are very specific and defined. In our Barça, with the amount of talent and promises we already have in midfield and the versatility we seek in each position, he might not find the perfect fit or, what would be even worse, he could displace young promises who are the future and soul of our club, the heirs of La Masia. Hansi Flick is looking for players who adapt to the system and the identity of the team, and not the system to one player, no matter how star he is. Thirdly, economic sustainability is a fundamental pillar for us. Barça's economic situation, although on the road to recovery, remains delicate and every euro counts. A transfer of De Bruyne's magnitude would involve not only a high transfer fee but also a very, very high salary, worthy of a superstar. This operation could seriously compromise our ability to invest in other positions we really need to strengthen or in younger players who, in the long term, could have a greater impact and a more significant return on investment for the club. It's a decision of pure responsibility and vision for the future of our institution, not a whim of the moment. Fourthly, unwavering trust in homegrown talents. Barça has always bet and must continue to bet on its nursery, on the talent that emerges from La Masia, the best footballer factory in the world. This decision not to recruit De Bruyne reinforces the trust in our young midfielders, in those footballers who feel the badge like no one else, who have grown with the DNA of Barça and who are called to be the next pillars of our team, the backbone of our future. Why recruit someone from outside at such a high cost when we have the quality, passion, and future guaranteed at home? Finally, fifthly, avoiding short-term dependence. Do you think this is the wisest and most visionary for the future and philosophy of our Barça? Do you agree with the strategy of prioritizing youth and perfect tactical fit over an established name, even at the twilight of his career, as brilliant as he has been? The second piece of news concerns an important decision in our beloved club. While other clubs celebrate promotions or survival with the suffering that characterizes them, we focus on what really matters: individual excellence, projection, and the appropriate mentality to wear our colors. And on this occasion, the gaze of our technical management has fallen on a name that, although foreign to our wake of most recent triumphs, has demonstrated enormous value and undeniable quality. Joan Garcia, the promising goalkeeper of Espanyol. The news of his club's permanence in the first division, achieved with suffering, collective effort, and that dose of epic that translated into an explosion of joy at the RCDE Stadium, reminds us of the passion that surrounds this sport. But what really interests us, we Cules, what captures our strategic attention, is the message, almost an anticipated farewell, from this young goalkeeper. While the supporters of his club invaded the field to celebrate their achievement, Joan Garcia, with a broken voice and emotion on his skin, acknowledged that his future was far from his current club, that his cycle there seemed to be coming to an end. I am aware of my situation and that of Espanyol. Whatever happens, I leave with my head held high, happy to have contributed to us staying in the elite, were his moving words, an echo of gratitude and contained ambition. A message that, to the discerning eye of Barça, sounds like a direct invitation, a call to greatness, to the opportunity to grow exponentially in the most admired club in the world. The young goalkeeper, nicknamed the Angel of Sarria by the supporters of his club, has been key in the decisive moments of the season for his team. His stellar performances under the posts, his miraculous interventions, and his solidity in moments of maximum pressure have not escaped our experienced recruiters, always attentive to any talent that can integrate into the superlative demand of Barça. Although his departure seems imminent from his current club and his speech sounded more like a moving thank you than a contractual continuity, for us, in the county city, it is a golden opportunity, a nugget to polish that fits perfectly with our philosophy. Joan leaves as a hero for them, leaving an indelible mark in the white and blue goals, but he could arrive as a blessing, as a key piece for the future of Barça's goal. And that's where Barça's strategic vision comes into play, demonstrating once again why we are leaders in sports management and talent detection. It is speculated, with reason and with the first-hand information we always manage, about the future of our current goalkeeper, Iñaki Peña. He has demonstrated his value on numerous occasions in punctual moments, substituting with professionalism, but the competition in a club like ours is fierce and the search for perfection is a non-negotiable principle. If Iñaki Peña decided to seek new horizons, whether for greater prominence, difficult to guarantee at Barça, or for any other personal or professional reason, the name of Joan Garcia emerges with overwhelming force as an ideal candidate, not only to fill a possible void, but to join and further strengthen our guard, competing at the highest level and bringing fresh blood. Furthermore, and this is crucial, Hansi Flick has given the green light to this possibility. Our new coach, with his winning mentality and his demand, sees in Joan Garcia a profile that fits perfectly with what he is looking for in our guard. The recruitment of Joan Garcia would not only be another addition to the squad, it would be a strategic and future bet for Barça's guard, a smart investment in young local talent who knows our idiosyncrasy. Let's reflect on the exceptional qualities that this young goalkeeper would bring to our glorious club, qualities that make him an ideal candidate for the Cule demand. His youth and unlimited projection make him an ideal profile. At 23 years old, I assume Joan Garcia, born on May 4, 2001, will be 23 in the summer of 2025. He has his whole future ahead of him, with surprising maturity for his age. At Barça, with the best goalkeeper coaches in the world and the daily demand of the elite, his growth would be exponential and his adaptation to the style of play would be natural. We could be facing the future starting goalkeeper, not only of the Spanish national team, but also of our club for the next decade. A long-term investment that would secure a key position for us and continue the tradition of great goalkeepers in our club. He has demonstrated great performance under pressure, an indispensable quality at Barça. He has been a decisive goalkeeper in critical moments for his team, in matches that are worth promotions and survivals, demonstrating a coolness and temperament difficult to find in such young footballers. This ability to perform at maximum in moments of maximum tension, when the hearts of other teams tighten, is vital at Barça, where every match is a final and every mistake is costly. His solidity and impressive reflexes make him a wall under the three posts. Joan Garcia is a goalkeeper with feline reflexes, capable of pulling off impossible saves at point-blank range. His positioning under the arch, his anticipation, and his ability to close angles to the attacker make him an almost insurmountable barrier, a guarantee of security for the defense that lines up in front of him. Additionally, he has a good ball output, a characteristic increasingly valued and crucial in modern football and especially in Barca's style of play. In the current conception of our game, the goalkeeper is the first builder of the action, the one who initiates the attack with criteria and precision. Joan Garcia has a good foot, a clear vision of the game, and precision in the pass that allows him to initiate the action from the back with all confidence. Something that our game system, based on possession and construction from the back, values greatly. Finally, but not least, he possesses a winning mentality tested to the limit. Despite the difficulties and storms of his team, he has maintained a strong mentality, demonstrated leadership, and fought until the end without ever lowering his arms. This resilience, this unshakable competitive spirit, and this ambition are indispensable qualities at Barça, where victory is the only path and where the demand is maximum in every training session and every match. The possibility that Joan Garcia arrives at Spotify camp excites us greatly, all of us Cules. It would be a smart and strategic move, an investment in the future of our guard that would secure a first-level guarantee for many years and that, furthermore, aligns with the idea of having local talent trained in Catalonia. While other teams bustle to find temporary or short-term solutions, or lament their economic limitations, Barça plans with a long-term future vision. The third piece of news concerns a major masterstroke for our club. While other clubs are busy renewing their squads or looking for solutions for their teams, we focus on what really matters: individual excellence combined with perfect adaptation to our style, projection, and the appropriate mentality to wear our sacred colors. And on this occasion, the gaze of our technical management, with the approval of Hansi Flick, has fallen on a name that shines brightly in the Premier League, Kaoru Mitoma. We have taken note, almost with a smile of superiority, of how Bayern Munich, that club which always tries to measure up to the greats, has set its eyes on this 28-year-old Japanese winger. They want him to replace Leroy Sane in their attempt to give a new breath to the squad and stay competitive in their local league. What modest ambitions compared to ours! We are not looking for a new breath to maintain regional dominance. We seek brilliance, speed, and magic that will allow us to conquer Europe again and again, leaving our rivals plunged into despair. Let them settle for the Bundesliga, because we aim for the champions. Mitoma's season in England has not gone unnoticed by anyone, and even less so by our experienced recruiters, who have a clinical eye for pure and differential talent. His ability to outpace defenders with disconcerting ease, his innate skill to create dangerous opportunities out of nothing, and his surprising goal contribution have attracted the attention of several important teams. Yes, but it is Barça that has shown concrete and, more importantly, strategic interest in recruiting him. Mitoma combines diabolical speed that few players can match, exquisite technique that evokes the DNA of La Masia, and a game vision that perfectly integrates with the vibrant and winning offensive style that characterizes our Barça. Hansi Flick has requested his recruitment, which gives us the definitive confirmation that he is the profile we need. We settle for nothing less than excellence in every position, and we know he will bring a plus of quality on the left flank that few in the world can offer. While Bayern Munich, in its desire to stay relevant in the European elite, seeks a replacement for a player who, although important for them, seems to be at the twilight of his cycle, Barça bets on freshness, audacity, and the insatiable hunger for glory that Mitoma has demonstrated in one of the most demanding leagues in the world. He brings not just the necessary spark to the attack, as if it were a simple, unimportant detail. He brings a true fire, a capacity to unbalance matches on his own that few players in the world possess, and that is so vital to destabilize ultra-closed defenses. And that, Madridistas and Atleticos, is something your teams barely know, accustomed to a more predictable football, without that magic and fantasy that only we can offer. Although there are no official details on the negotiations yet, Barca's intention is clear and firm: to secure the incorporation of Mitoma as soon as possible. We want our new winger to fully integrate during the preseason so that Hansi Flick, our flamboyant coach, can shape him, polish him, and make the most of him from day one, instilling in him the style of play that will lead us back to the top. This would be a key recruitment for the Blaugrana squad, a move that would allow us to make a significant leap in quality in a crucial position, giving us even greater offensive depth, something fundamental to meet the demands of all competitions and to continue dominating the ball. For Mitoma, this opportunity represents the true big step in his career, the culminating moment that every footballer hopes for. Joining a club with the history, demand, and unmatched greatness of Barca is not just a challenge. It is the crowning of his trajectory, the golden dream of every footballer who aspires to immortality and to leave an indelible mark. The Bundesliga, where Bayern Munich seems to want to take him, is a good scenario, yes, with its full stadiums and vertiginous football, but it does not compare in any way to the world showcase and transcendence offered by the Spotify camp, where great talents become living legends and memorable moments are etched forever in the history of football. Here, at Barca, he will have the opportunity to demonstrate his talent on the world's greatest stage and help a team with infinite ambitions, which does not settle for winning, but for dominating every match, every competition, every season, with our unique and inimitable style. The possible arrival of Mitoma at Barca is undoubtedly one of the most interesting and exciting pieces of news in the transfer market. A true informative bomb that leaves others open-mouthed and envious of imitating us. It is not just a buy-sell operation, it is a declaration of intentions, a clear and forceful message to our rivals in Spain and Europe. Barca continues to seek perfection, continues to renew its squad with the best available players, no matter where they come from, as long as they have the technical quality, winning mentality, and insatiable hunger for triumph required in our home. It is the confirmation that our management, with Hansi Flick at its head, has clear ideas and will not stray from the path that will lead us back to glory. Mitoma's overflow and speed are a blessing, a differential quality that would give us a huge offensive plus, something we have missed at times. His one-on-one ability is practically unstoppable, which would allow us to open closed and ultra-closed defenses that have caused us so much suffering, create vital spaces in congested areas of the field, and, above all, give us that spark and fantasy we so need to break rival lines, even the most organized and compact, which close so much against us to try to curb our game. He is not just a born dribbler who delights with his feints. He is a player with exceptional goal and assist capabilities, with an innate goal-scoring flair that places him in the right place and at the right time to score, and with a privileged game vision to give the final pass, that precise and millimetric pass that breaks the tie and leaves the teammate alone in front of the goalkeeper, ready to push the ball into the back of the net. Facing the great interest of our club in Kaoru Mitoma to strengthen our left flank and with the approval of Hansi Flick, what do you think of this possible recruitment? Do you think he would be the ideal player to bring that spark, that speed, and that unbalance we need in attack, leading our team to new heights of excellence and domination? The idea of seeing this Japanese winger shine with our jersey at the Spotify camp, bringing his magic, his goals, and his tireless overflow to our already legendary history, does it excite you? Leave us your opinion in the comments.